Hello and welcome here to Brackenmore for this Northern Premier League East match between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Cleethorpes Town. I'm your commentator Adam Allcroft and we are sponsored by Jason Rawson, carpet fitter and supplier. So we have another big game for Stockbridge today. Stockbridge obviously currently at the wrong end of the table. Well, they're currently second bottom, and the longer you're down here, the more likely, unfortunately, becomes that you end up being relegated. That means every win is vital to try and get away from this bottom two, not be involved in the relegation scrap. So we just currently have the teams in the tunnel waiting to come out now. Cleethorpes here currently mid-table, got a few games in hand though. 6 points off the playoffs, and a win today would help them get back in that playoff race. They were disappointed not to really be that involved with it last year to make it 2 years ago. So here come the teams now. So let's read the teams out for you now. So let's start with Stocksbridge. So it's Ben Townsend in goal. Then it's making his second debut for the club, Tom Charlesworth. At number 2, then it's Jack Tinker, Luke Hogg, Charlie Oakley, Ross Goodwin, who'll be in centre-back today, Curtis Turner, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, Charlie Rainey, and Basil Zotter. The bench is Bailey Baker, Jack Gorman, Riley DeSena, Curtis Davis, and Tommy Marshall. So go to the Cleethorpes team now. So it's James McKeown in goal, then Lewis Boyd, Adidapo Adelican, Leon Dawson, Jordan Cook, Daniel Gallimore, Harry Lewis, the captain Alex Flett, Brodie Robertson, William Annan, and Curtis Bateson. The bench is Paul Walker, Brooklyn Dennis, Joshua Venny, Harry Middleton, and Jack Pearson. So just the handshakes happening. Two players that are official today are Peter Dingle, Tyler Mackin, and Duncan Karate. Okay, it's Karate. I added a bit of Italian flair to his name that he didn't actually have. So just got a few mascots out there from the Sheffield Rangers girls teams as well as they were. The teams also went for a guard of honour from Norton Woodseats, I've seen. As Cleethorpes there doing a few quick little warm before the game begins. They've got a little drill to do here, which is interesting to see. Obviously, last time these two sides faced was back in August in the FA Cup. Cleethorpes came here, nicked it at the end with a free kick from William Annan. And Stockbridge will want to have revenge for that. The FA Cup being so big for non-league teams. We've seen how big it has been for teams at our level. Cray Valley, obviously making it to the first round and getting the dream fixture away at their local team, Charlton Athletic, and then going to a replay. Hey. So you'll see Ross Gooden, captain, and also Alex Flett heading over to do that pre-match handshakes, as well as the linesmen having done their gold mouth checks, going over to call the pre-match proceedings. We are going to be kicking off slightly late, it seems, because it is 3 o'clock now. So thank you very much for everyone who's joining us today. Do feel free to join in on the commentary by commenting in our live chat here. The live chat will we'll always try and shout you out on our live chat as much as possible and allow you to get involved and have your say on what is going on here at Brackenmore today. Hey. Stocksbridge are looking to clip the wings of the Owls today and get their season back on track. We will, of course, be keeping you up to date with all the goals in the Northern Premier League East as well, and let you know about any changes in the table. Games are kicking off already at the moment. Some interesting matches going on today. So seeing Belper at home to Hebburn Town. So that is a massive one because that's third versus first. So it's just taking a bit of time. It looks like Cleethorpes will have the kickoff here. So we get the fat referee, Peter Dingle's making his final few checks. And manages us all in position here. And we are just getting ready to go. The clock is set. And here we go. So Cleethorpes Town kick the game off in the red shirt, black shorts and black sock, kicking from right to left. While Stocksbridge Park Steels are in the yellow shirts, blue shorts and blue socks, kicking from left to right. Cleethorpes switch it over to their right wing here with Harry Lewis on the ball right now. He's going to pass it back to Boyd, and Boyd's a bit behind him. He tracks back, gives it back to Cook, who clips it forward, only to be headed away by Hogg. It's going to be headed back by Cleethorpes. Cleethorpes just carrying the possession now. Oglesby heads another lofted ball forward, goes to Flett, who can only knock it sideways. And it's well robbed here by Rainey, who's going to look for the run of Zotos being intercepted by Rawson, and Rawson's got a bit of space. Rawson falls by the shot. He's going to lay it off now to Rain, who's trying to get it back to Rawson. Falls short. Rawson deflects it. Rawson goes for the close range finish, just over. Could have been a goal within a minute for the Steels. Cleethorpes not clearing the chances. It's a lucky ricochet for Rawson, but he can't get the finish off. Steels could have been ahead within 56 seconds of the kickoff. And what a start that would have been for Stocksbridge. Hello to James Eccles, Transport and Vlogs, and good afternoon, Adam. And a good afternoon to you. Hopefully, it will continue to be a good afternoon with a Stocksbridge win today. We will try and keep you today with some local fixtures as well. Plenty of them going on. As Cleethorpes clear that one out. A good touch from Gallimore that puts it to Annan, and he tries to get through Lewis, but it's a poor pass. Tinker clears it. Rawson is looking to hold it. It's a split him. Back to Hogg, who looks for Zotos. Zotos taking the touch, tries to keep it in, can't do so. It's out for a Cleethorpes throw. Zotos is looking to follow up a man of the match performance that he had against Dinnington last Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday before that in the Sheffield Senior Cup. While it was against Step 7 opposition, he had a great game, especially considering he was the subject of a lot of the fan chants from the travelling Dinnington fans. Scored twice in that game, and you're looking to score his first league goal. He's already scored 3 in the Senior Cup, but he hasn't scored yet in the Northern Premier League for Stocksbridge. Early goal in the Premier League, Nottingham Forest, a 1-0 held against Brighton through Elanga. Charlesworth's first action's a throw-in. Going to throw it down. Rawson heads it on, and it's not really cleared by Adelican. It's going to Rainey, but he was tackled. It's cleared away. Charlesworth heads it right back, looking for Rainey, but again, that's just deflected off him, and it's back with Cleethorpes to clear it out. Only to Goodwin, who knocks it forward to O'Connor. Touch to Hogg, and Hogg quickly gets it over to the left wing. Rainey will try and head it on. No one's there for it, though. Cook heads it away. It's a battle in midfield, which Cleethorpes have won. Over to Bateson. One touch pass to Robertson. That's got some excitement in the Cleethorpes fans. He moves into the box. Robertson here goes up narrow, tries the wide angle, and it's well saved by Townsend. It's a corner kick. Good opportunity for Cleethorpes. Townsend closed down the angles as Robertson tried to go actually wide on the goal there. Maybe not the right choice, but even if it gave him the clear opportunity, Townsend made a good save though. Going to be a corner kick for Cleethorpes over on this left-hand side here. Annan is taking their set-piece specialist. Right-footed, the cross goes in, looking for the far post. We head away by Rawson. Back to Bateson, who takes the volley, and he doesn't hit that at all well. It goes well wide of the goal. Goal kick for the Steels here. So we are 3 minutes gone in this game, and it is 0-0 here between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Cleethorpes Town. It remained 0-0 in the last game, all the way up until the 91st minute, as William Annan scored the free kick that would send Cleethorpes to the next round of the FA Cup. A crusher for the Steels in that game. I just see Tony saying, "Hi Adam, I've come to the match today bringing Basil Zotos for me. He's confident and being in good form last year. Hope don't put the dreaded curse on him today." Well, I think that's always the thing when you say that, oh, maybe you'll have a good game today. We hope you're not going to curse him. As Turner's here on the overlap on the right, but it's not a great touch. Adelican steps in and clears away, but only for Oaks. He's going to hit it right back, but it's going to be a bit of head tennis. Actually, Gallimore only heads it backwards, comes off the back of Rawson though before Adelican partially clears away. O'Connor's going to look to challenge for it. Gets a foot onto it, gets it to Rainey, who's going to look to turn his man here on this left-hand side. Rainey cutting on the inside, tries to get through now, but it's still actually gone through to a Stocksbridge player. With Zotos now is trying to create a bit of space for him. Gets through one player, takes a shot. We've just talked about him. He got the man of the match last Tuesday, and he's scored already, and he's definitely got the confidence about him now. Fantastic from Basil Zotos, who puts the Steels ahead here, 1-0 to Stocksbridge. Scott, as we mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, this is his first goal in the Northern Premier League East for Stocksbridge. Scored 3 in the Senior Cup already. And he's obviously come into this game with plenty of confidence. And that's brilliant to see, because he's done exactly what you want from him. He's got past good players. Going to be questions of the Cleethorpes defence. They didn't get the foot in. They didn't really have much of an attempt of defending it. But within just a few minutes here, that goal coming on the 4th minute, the Stocksbridge are 1-0 ahead through Basil Zotos. Big strong header away from Charlesworth there as Cleethorpes pitch it forward, and it's not back to Hogg here. Zotos is going to try and challenge it, head away from him. Turner gets onto it, he's clipped down. Advantage is given. Zotos here looking, I got a couple of men around him, trying to slide the pass through, gets it to Turner, who slips over, and Cleethorpes are able to clear. This is back to Zotos here eventually, but his touch goes out. It's going to be a throw in to Cleethorpes. So back with Cleethorpes out throwing down the line, but Hogg heads it away, but then Gallimore will only be able to head it out for a Stocksbridge throw. Couldn't have asked for a better start for the Steels. Basil Zotos giving them the lead after 4 minutes. Back here, it's a poor pass there from Charlesworth that allows Fleck to get in. Fleck's going to try and launch the attack, puts a big diagonal ball looking for Lewis, and Lewis has just won it off Tinker quite well there, and eventually Tinker got her foot in, and he's going to go out for a throw-in. Boyd going over to take the throw now. Cleethorpes fans are adding a bit of volume to this match now as they look to try and urge their team on after going 1-0 back early on here. Back with Cook, who clips it forward, but only for Tinker to clear away. But then headed back by Cleethorpes. It's just going to be a bit of head tennis between the two teams at the moment before it's going to bounce out for a throw-in. Stocksbridge's throw. So Tinker going to be allowed to come over and take the throw-in. In a local fixture, Barnsley are 1-0 down. Lincoln City have taken lead against them, a Mandriau penalty. There's also some other goals to tell you about in the North Premier League, which we'll do so in a second, because Stocksbridge are on the attack. Rainier is going to try and put across. It's a poor cross from Rainier, actually, and it goes out for a goal kick. So the other goals to tell you about, Stockton Town are 1-0 head against Brighouse. Michael Fowler has scored. But we have got a Stockton person here who has just seen have done a little fist pump. And Adam Hoare has put Pontefract ahead against Grimsby Borough. So it's 1-0 to Pontefract there. And I'll make the Stockton Town official who's here very happy. The scoreline stands, Stockton are top of the table. As it's Stocksbridge who've got won the ball high up. It's Rainey who's cutting on the inside, right footed, putting the ball in, looking for Rawson who flicks it on. It's going to go behind Zotos. Zotos first touch back to Charles, who takes the touch. Looking back for Zotos. Zotos trying to beat him of his man there, but it's a good tackle from Dawson who just puts it out to be thrown. So Charlesworth here with the throwing. Taking his time with it before giving it to O'Connor, then back to Charlesworth, then all the way back to Hogg, but his pass has been intercepted, but then Hogg gets a tackle in and gives it back, and now it's with Charlesworth, and Hogg 1-2 with Charlesworth, and Charlesworth then tries to find Zotos. It's blocked by Flett and out for a throw-in. Good start from Stocksbridge so far. 8 minutes gone in this game. And Charlesworth making his debut, his second debut for the Steels, signed this morning for Stocksbridge, well, Stockbridge, from Penistone Church. As Charlesworth there tries to put the crossing, got the ball back from the throw. It's another throw though. Did have a spell here between 2017 and 2019. Ended up being replaced by Jordan Lemon in that right back position. Could end up being the reverse now. With Lemon currently away in Las Vegas. Ball's gone into the box. Stockbridge Rawson trying to control it. Cleared away by Delican though, and Rawson can control. Hogg will head it back towards the left wing, but no one really there. Rainey tried to put the tackle in though, and he does get a bit of a deflection. It's still back in the Cleethorpes defence. McCowan has to rush a clearance away. Tinker's going to try and head back to keep some pressure on, but doesn't go to anyone. Cleethorpes able to deal with that pretty simply. But Tinker now causing a bit of a problem. It's back with Cleethorpes. Tinker continues to press, but in the end, Cleethorpes clear. Hogg is covering from it left back, and Hogg has put that tackle in at left back. Right. That's when you know it's smart midfield play. That's one of the things that make you really appreciate central field. That when you see the wing back go up, whether it's going to be Charles today, or whether it's going to be Tinker, in Hogg's role, he has got to cover that player quite unfashionably, but he's done it really well there and stopped a potential counter from Cleethorpes. Turner on the ball, carrying it forward. Looking for the runner. Rawson is a bit too ahead of him though. Going to just go back to McCowan, one of the many former Grimsby Town players in the Cleethorpes lineup. Ball forward from him. And we head forward towards Bateson, who flicks it on over the top. It's just a bit too close into the box for Lewis to be able to make anything of it. Townsend has it in his hands now. Long ball forward from the goalkeeper, looking for Rainey, and Rainey's got the better of Boyd there. Rainey will charge down the left-hand side, slows it up, and tries to cut around, and allows the overlap from O'Connor here. O'Connor will try and touch it back to Rainey. It's a bit short. Rainey has still got it. And Rainey's got to the corner flag, puts the cross in, but that will be cleared away at the near post by Cook. And now back on the ball is Cleethorpes, but that's a poor ball forward. Oglesby will cover it. Cleethorpes manager getting a bit agitated with some of the quality of the passing. Goodwin will have to rush a clearance here, looking for Zotos, but Zotos misses his header. But the clearance just goes back to Turner. Turner looks to find Zotos, but goes through him, goes to Rawson. Rawson gets a bit of a hug from Adelican, but he's going to continue the ball anyway. Rawson on the right, looking for Turner. Turner's offside, and it'll be a free kick. Good play from Stocksbridge so far. 11 minutes goal. Steel's 1-0 ahead at the moment. And we've got to tell you about Newton Aycliffe are 1-0 up in their game against Grantham. Liam Adamson has scored. It's a Sewell crossing. Well done, latecomer. Keep it up, lads. I'm listening from Benidorm. Bit one for doing a cool down. You can certainly have a cool down here at Stocksbridge. It was a frosty morning here today. Hey, as Rawson just looks to turn his man, and he does, and Zotos is on the run, but instead Rawson's going to look for Rainey, and that has been cut out by Boyd, who's covering well. Stocksbridge really trying to get their foot on the gas in this one and see if they can extend the lead early on. They're looking good as well so far. It's a very confident Stocksbridge side at the moment. A goal in a local fixture. Sheffield United are 1-0 down to Bournemouth. Marcus Tavernier has scored there. And Newcastle United are ahead against Chelsea. Alexander Isak has scored. Just beat watched after that throw from Stockbridge, just went out for a goal kick in the end. So it's back with Cleethorpes now. So take time, James Cam, veteran goalkeeper who's played for several clubs in the EFL. Long ball forward from him. Turner will fight for it. Turner does head it forward, looking for Rawson, who heads it on as well to Zotos, who holds it down really well. Lays a pass to the left-hand side, just a bit too far for Turner to try and get onto, and Cleethorpes can now clear. Oglesby will head it right back, though. Rawson's going to see if he can get onto that. Rawson is going to get into the box. Turn shoots, blocked by the ankle of Delican. Rawson's section also blocked by Delican. And now it's out here for Bateson. Big crunching challenge from Charlesworth earns the appreciation of the fans. Goes out for a throw, an absolutely fair challenge. Big tough one from the former man who knows this ground well. He comes from Penistone Church. And if anyone who didn't know him, because we've had plenty of new fans since the last time he was here, they've just got a taster him there, and they quite like him already from I think he's going to put those sort of tackles in. Throwing down away. Goodwin, big head away, and out for a throw-in. So back here it goes, and it's just gets thrown in towards Bateson, and Bateson does well, grips a good diagonal ball over to Lewis, who is going to go face up with Tinker, claims offside from Richards, it's not being given, tries to do the square ball block, but back with Lewis, and back it's going to go here for Gallimore, who's come far forward, then back to Lewis, and Lewis is going to be forced backwards, and back to Boyd, and Stocksbridge done well to press them out here. Yeah. Currently with Boyd, back into central defence, it will go here with Cup. And he's going to clip the long ball forward here. Townsend, big shout, big claim, and collects it very close to the edge of his box. It's a dangerous come forward from Townsend, but he's claimed it well. Good vocalisation, and it's in his arms safely. Long ball forward. Rainey can only hit it backwards. Big shove over on him, but not getting. But Rainey's going to get the ball back now. Rainey cuts in on the inside, and he's going to look for Zotos here. Bounces very close to the byline, but Zotos controls it well, has to lean to keep it in, and now he's been forced to his own corner flag. He hasn't got really much support at the moment, and it looked a bit like he was time wasting for a bit then, and in the end he ends up throwing Zotos. Just not sure what's happened there. Referee's summoning over a Cleethorpes player there. Oh, been told by one of the fans who's heard it. It's a dissent there, so I'm just going to get a talking to from Peter Dingle there. Just trying to see which one of the Cleethorpes players it is. It was Leon Dawson who's getting a bit of a chatting to. No booking as of yet. And Charlesworth will throw it right into the box. Rawson looked to turn, but Delican manages to boot it away from him as it goes out to Annan here, who is forced backwards but is still on the ball. Turner trying to press, but eventually passed it out to Cook, who clears it away, and he clears it long, but Townsend will allow that to come into his own box, and he'll pick it up. 15 minutes gone in this game. Steels lead 1-0 thanks to a strike from Basil Zotos. And in another local non-league fixture, Niall Tilsley has put North Ferriby ahead against Sheffield FC. So Townsend's first kick out has been stopped because, well, there was a check on the ball, but then the ball turned out to be fine. So back for Townsend to take his kick out again. Here it goes to O'Connor, who flicks it on and looking for anyone who tried to pull off his marker, but it went a bit short for him to do that. And back with Chesterfield, bit of head tennis, go to Delican. He's going to push forward now, Delican. Gets it off to Bateson, who's falls backwards. Some good physicality from Charlesworth. Back into the midfield, it goes with Dawson, then over into the left, and then back into the middle. Earl. And the pass is looking for Robertson. It's a good pass. Goodwin will win the physical battle, though, and then eventually clear it away. It's good work from him. Zotos heads it, flicks it on, but it's going to only go back to Cook. Now with Gallimore, who will get it over to Lewis on the right wing. Great ball from him. And Lewis is a fantastic touch. And he's going to try and get down the byline here. Tinker will look to cover it, but it's been well taken by Hogg, who came in to help him. Lewis still on the ground there, but I think more an embarrassment than anything. Unfortunately, Hogg's ball forward on that left-hand side lacks quality, and it's going out for a throw-in. We're looking for Rawson, who had peeled over onto that side. Another local score to update you on. Doncaster Rovers are 1-0 on Crewe. Farl has scored for them. Boyd, big long throw down the line, going to be headed away by Hogg. Then back to Boyd, who heads it into midfield, well controlled midfield as well. Who peels out here. As Flett will look to get it over to the left wing to Bateson, and Bateson holds it down really well. He's into the box now. He finds the overlap here. It's just about kept in. It flashes across the 6-yard area, and it's cleared away. No Cleethorpes player gambling on that, and that's why Stocksbridge is still ahead. Cleethorpes remain on the ball here. Leon Dawson with a great cutback, but no one was there for Cleethorpes. Tinker just intercepted, and then Tinker's going to carry on, and Tinker's going to try and start the counter-attack here. Tinker charges forward. Going to look for Rawson, finds him. Rawson just stumbles a bit and then he knocks it out of play in the end. It's disappointing that the counter-attack ends with a bit of a clumsy touch from Rawson. Ball goes forward here from Cleethorpes. Robertson almost on the end of that. It's back in Townsend. That's a big let off for Stocksbridge. That's some great play from Cleethorpes. Bateson with a beautiful touch. The overlap of Dawson is brilliant. Dawson's ball, fantastic cross, but no Cleethorpes player is there to gamble on it. No one there in the 6-yard area, and that allowed Hogg to be able to clear it away for the Steels. Townsend boots it forward into the middle for Hogg, who then sends it over for Rainey to get onto the end, who is battling with it, and he's won the physical battle. Boyd, who goes to the ground. Rainey now puts a low cross in. Zotos takes a touch, blocks, and it's out for a corner kick. Zotos looking for his second of the game. And it's now going to be Coy Turner going over to take it. Stocksbridge scored twice from corners in the game against Dinnington a week last Tuesday. And they'll be looking to make that 3 from 2 now with this set piece. After quite a few weeks of Stockbridge struggling from set pieces, it was great to see. It's taken some time, this, I think, because the ball is not anywhere near where it's meant to be. And our fans back there aren't exactly being quick at getting it back, to be honest. I think that's Alec Cowling doing it. Playing ball boy. But Turner has got the ball back now, so we do expect a set piece. We've got Ross Goodwin and Osley there. Stocksbridge are actually playing quite a few people out of the box here. Ball goes in. Oglesby misses the header, and it's punched away by McKeown, and then headed away by Annan, and eventually cleared away. He's going to go to O'Connor, takes the touch to Hogg, who gets it back to the right-hand side to Zotos. Zotos is facing up with Dawson now. He's into the box. Zotos cuts in wide, puts the ball across, and it's blocked by the legs of McKeown, and it's cleared away. Zotos looking dangerous in this game already. Already scored once. It's with Cleethorpes now with Flett, and his tackle goes in on him with Rawson, and back to O'Connor. Touch it to Zotos. O'Connor's on the overlap. Zotos misses that chance to pick that pass. He goes back to Charles, who clips a cross in, but no one challenges it. It's in McKeown. Zotos did all the breast work there. Beat his man with ease, got wide, down to the byline, puts a good strong cross in, but McKeown's legs block it from getting anywhere within the 6-yard area. Good work from the goalkeeper. Good work from Zotos, who's already caused problems, already scored today. Ball goes down, head away by Tinker to Rainey flicks it on, but it's going to be easy for Adelican to deal with. It's just with him now, and before he passes it back now to McKeown. And back to Adelican. Controls it. Beats the press of O'Connor. Beats it of Turner with a pass, but only back it to Oglesby, who tried to find Zotos. Well cut out by Dawson, though, who heads it back to McKeown. Means 1-0 to the Steels here after 21 minutes in this game. Goal at Sheffield FC is that North Ferriby have extended their lead. Danny East has scored there as Goodwin clears it over to Rainey. Rainey tried to flick on for Olsen, but cleared away. Robertson's just got the turn on Goodwin there. Lays it off for Bateson. Bateson running into the box. He's going to take it on the outside, still in the box. Has to pass it back now, out of the box to Flett, who then finds Bateson again. He's out of the box on the left wing here. Bateson looking to get the beating of Charlesworth. Cuts in on the outside, right-footed ball going in. Goodwin heads it away, and then Turner clears it out. Rawson will look to try and get touches for the counter-attack, but it goes back to Cook. But then Cook clears it only to Rainey. Rainey push forward, he gets it caught up in his feet a bit. That slows down the counter, really, and stops it being an opportunity. He has to give it back to Turner here. Turner gets it back to Rainey, who tried to touch it back, but it goes back to a Cleethorpes player, and in the end, Rainey's pulled on his man as well and gives the free kick away. Then you think just got caught up a bit in Rainey's feet there, and it stopped him from being able to do anything with that counter attack and stopped it from being anything particularly dangerous. A shame, really. Really. Anyway, back for a free kick now to Cleethorpes. Chelsea have equalised in their game against Newcastle United. Raheem Sterling scored. Just seen about Sheffield FC. They're losing 2-0. They're currently bottom of the table at the moment. We've also got some other news to tell you about from another big game, that Belper game. But as the ball goes back forward here to McKeown, so we'll tell you about that. Phil Watt has been sent off for Belper Town. So Belper against Hebburn are down to 10 men. Ball goes long here, looking for Bateson, takes the touch. Back towards Flett, but his pass forward being intercepted by Hogg, but he can only knock it out for a throw-in. Back. Dawson coming up, takes throw-in, takes it short to Bateson. Touch to Flett. Bateson looking for the pass back, but instead it goes back to Dawson and back to Flett, and it's just some quick passing from Cleethorpes. Not in a dangerous area as of yet, because it's back in their own central defence. Another sending off in Northern Premier League, tell you about shortly. As Cook looks for Lewis on the right wing. Lewis holds it down well, but the tackle goes in from Tinker and it's not back, and it goes to Annan, and Annan can't control it very well, but well, it's now with Rainey. Rainey back here to O'Connor. O'Connor will look for the runner of Zotos with this long ball forward. Zotos can't get it down, and it's out for a throw-in. So yeah, the other sending off, Winterton have had a man sent off. It's Nathan Popple. It's a red card against Dunstan. Long throw forward here, headed away by Charles, who goes to Zotos. He looks for Rainey, but the pass is wide for him. It's going to be comfortably collected by Boyd, and then Cleethorpes will clear it away. Only gives it back to Hogg. Cleethorpes is frustrated at some of the passing here as Hogg looks for Rainey, who chests it down. He's cutting in towards the box. He's going to take a shot, but it's very high there. It was a good touch. It was a good little run. It just lacked the quality of the effort in the end, and means Rainey will still be looking for his first Stocksbridge goal after having some good chances that were denied in his last game against North Ferriby, that all the way back, well, 2 weeks ago. It feels so long ago as well. Everything seems to feel long ago. Here we go. We're 24 minutes gone in this game. 1-0 to the Steels. And Stocksbridge has been better side so far. Cleethorpes need to come up with something if they want to get back into it. They could have done. Well, an attack looked very promising, but lacked commitment. McKeown sends one forward. Turner will head it forward, but it only goes out of play for a throw-in to the Owls. Brighton have equalised against Nottingham Forest. That's it's Ferguson who scored that. Hogg gets the ball and boots it forward. It's going to be headed away by Cleethorpes. Back to Hogg, who does another strong header forward. It's going to be back for Dawson here. He takes the touch and he's going to look to beat Rawson, and Rawson with a little push on him, and that's going to be penalised for the free kick. Rawson not happy with that, as he never usually is when he gives a foul away, and he'll have to be careful not to get into dissent here. And he's getting a little chat from the referee about it. So Dawson with the ball forward. Looks for it, headed on. Goes to Goodwin, who will boot that one away. Hey, it's going to be one for the defence to come out and get, but as Adelican just watches that go back to McCowan. Game's lacked a bit of something in the last few minutes. Sheffield FC have got one back against North Ferriby. Connor Cutts has scored that. I've seen it. That Ryan Creswell, their manager, has actually been linked with the Rotherham United job. He's 6-1 odds, according to a national bookies. We're not naming the bookies unless they sponsor us. Rawson's got the ball in his position here, being cleared out to him. Spreads out to Zotos on the right wing. And Turner's there as an overlap option. Gives it back to Zotos. Zotos puts the cross in. It's going to be cleared away, though, by Cleethorpes towards that left-hand side for Delican. Still has it quite deep in their own box, really, before it is eventually properly booted away. But then it can't be collected by Annan, and Hogg has got that, and Hogg will go central to Turner. Turner will look to turn, and he does. Looks for the killer pass towards Tinker. Tinker almost gets onto the end of it. It's with McCowan now. Jack Tinker, the man we are looking for a goal from. Being here for 2 years now, still yet to score for the Steels. Great little run from him, though. Just a pass, just an inch or two off, really. Battle in midfield now, which is going to be won by Tinker. Let's it go to Hogg, who knocks it forward. It's going to be deflected off Boyd, out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Going to be taking a tie for that. So the Steels 1-0 ahead here at the moment, and trying to get a big league win that would actually at the moment get them out of the relegation zone. Throw forward is headed away, and Cleethorpes will get the ball back, but then O'Connor's won that well, headed it towards Rawson, who tried to touch it back to O'Connor, but that is intercepted and cleared. Oglesby's header goes to Hogg, who boots it all the way back to Townsend, who will return that to the other half. Rawson's going to see if he can get onto the end of it, but away by Cook. And then Burton doesn't get a good touch onto that, and he just about keeps it. He runs into the hoardings at the same time with Flett now, and then it's a bit of a miscontrol from Gallimore that allows Turner to get onto it. Back to Hogg it goes. Hogg looking to control play at the moment. Forward to Zotos, who has to go deep to Turner, who gets caught in his feet a bit there, and he's forced backwards, and the referee's getting in his way a bit as well. Gives it back to Hogg, and Hogg is clipped as he gets the ball forward, and it's a free kick to the Steels. So as we wait for the free kick, 28 minutes gone, 1-0 to Stocksbridge at the moment. And Charles, I think it might be Charlesworth who's going to be taking this free kick. We've not seen what his set pieces look like yet. Obviously, Ian Richards knows him well from... I said that. Curtis Turner's now coming over, so that bit of commentary I had lined up is not going to be used. So Curtis Turner here will take this free kick on the right-hand side of the pitch. Puts it into the box. Goodwin will flick it on, but no one's there for it anyway. And even if it hadn't come to something, the offside flag is up on him. So it's given back here to Cleethorpes. So back now for McCowan to take. Sent long, headed on by Gallimore. But then the ball is lost by Robertson, and Goodwin is able to clear it. And Goodwin's fouled in the meantime. Robertson, who I don't want to put a commentator's curse on it for the Steels. We've not, after that early chance where he forced a good save from Townsend, we've not seen much of. That's probably damned us now. So back with Townsend now to take this free kick. Who, I say, hasn't actually had much to do since that early save from Robertson as well. Ball going forward, looking for Rawson in the box, but it's headed away by Cook, and then Cleethorpes trying to clear it away, and I thought Turner committed the foul there, but he hasn't. Zotos in the box, tricky footwork from him, putting the ball across over the heads of everyone, and then eventually back to Cleethorpes. But it goes back to Charles on the right-hand side. He puts the cross in, charged down and blocked, and going to be allowed to go out for the throw-in. Zotos' cross just over the head of Rawson there, and then dealt with at the opposite side of the box. Throwing going to Turner here. Gets it back to Charlesworth, who gives it back to Zotos, but he's going to be pushed off the ball quite well there by Cleethorpes. Cleethorpes here, blocked it off Charlesworth. It's going to be a throw-in for the Owls, and close to their own flag. Here comes the throw in, goes to Flett, then back it goes to Dawson, who clears it upfield, but it's going to go out to play. So Stockbridge will get the ball back. 31 minutes gone, remains 1-0 to Stocksbridge as Rainey got a bit of a push in the back as he passed that on, nothing given. Goodwin will head it away and it ends up going to O'Connor. He's going to put a lofted ball looking for Zotos. Dawson heads it away. Turner's looking to be the first one onto it. He is. Tries to get it back to Zotos. Instead, it's actually going to be a good ball for Charles Raffiru. Puts the ball across. O'Connor tried to get a second touch onto it, but it's blocked by Delican. It's a Steele's corner. In a local fixture, Crew Alexandra have equalised against Doncaster. Offord has scored. What? So Turner here with his first out-swinging corner of the game. And here comes the ball across. It's a good-looking one. Oglesby gets under the ball and heads it more wide than forward. And Cleethorpes will get onto it before it even goes out for a goal kick here. So it's just with Bateson, with Annan, who's going to give it back to Delican, who looks for the Lewis over on that right wing, but Tinker intercepts the header out for a throw into Cleethorpes. We've got a shocker. Swallownest, who have lost every single game in the Northern Counties Division 1, are winning 1-0. That is against Claycross Town. That's about 18 games I think they've played, and they have lost every single one so far this season. Would be what a day that'd be for the clubs to get their first win. Robertson has the ball now. He has a touch that forces him deeper, and now he finds a good little run from Flett, and then Flett, tackle, but that tackle goes to Bateson. He's in central position, switches it over to the right wing for Lewis. Lewis is going to face up with Tinker now. Cuts in over in the outside, left foot across goes in. Goodwin gets a touch, and then Turner clears it. I think should have probably left that for Goodwin, really, because Goodwin could have got a probably clean boot away. Throwing taken quickly from Dawson to Bateson. Bateson cuts in over on the outside. He's looking to find a gap here. Can't find it yet. He's had to switch back towards the left-hand side now. Takes the pass option, and now it's going to go back to Flett. Flett here will be forced backwards here to Boyd, and back into midfield it goes. Stockbridge successfully pressed the Cleethorpes out, but they remain on the ball for now. So all the way back to Cook in their own half here, and then sideways to a Delican, who will carry it forward. Left-footed diagonal ball in is nowhere near any Cleethorpes player. Obviously heads it away, but it is only going to go back to Cook now. Cook will take the short pass into midfield, but then forced backwards and given to a Delican, and then back to Cook. Cook will roll it forward here, and then he's going to look to get it towards Lewis. Now Tinker will head it away, and then to Rainey, who touches it over to Hogg, and Hogg will look to see if he can launch attack. Hogg's going to try and see if he can fire Rainey. The pass is too heavy and out for a throw-in now. That's some good resistance from the Stockbridge defence there, stopping what for a while looked like it could have been quite dangerous from Cleethorpes. 34 minutes gone here. And it's 1-0 to the Steels. Goal from the Stockton game. Stockton are now 2-0 up. Kevin Hayes has scored. We're up against Stockton in our last game before Christmas here. Ball goes forward from Cleethorpes. And Bateson gets the better. Charles Bevan puts on the inside. Bateson bearing down. Looking for Robertson. Left side, and then it's a poor finish from Robertson. And close in the 6-yard area. With the left foot, steers it wide. Some of the screams you may have heard in the background is that there was a push on Bateson in the build-up that the Cleethorpes fans were peeling for a foul on. And Bateson, I think, is going to get talked to from the referee for his anger about not getting that free kick. He's going to get just a few words more than anything else. Cleethorpes management not happy and having a talk with the linesman Tyler Mackin over there as well. So he's going to be back here for Townsend to take this goal kick. His goal yet to be breached today. 1-0 to the Seals. Long ball forward. But he's going to bounce, and then Rawson will head it on, and Zotos will flick it on. Rainey is going to look to be the one on the end of it. But a good little push in the back from Boyd. Clever play from him. has lost the ball for Stocksbridge, and now it's back with Cleethorpes in midfield. After a bit of pressure, they did get it away from their own goal as well. Dawson's cleared it down the line. Charles gets somewhat head onto it, but it actually ends up helping more than it hindered. Anand puts it sideways, then back with Anand, the goal scorer the last time these two sides faced. Flicks in, but a tackle goes in, and it's going to go back to Townsend. Hogg with a decent tackling. Hogg looks quite unhappy with some words that were said to him. I think he wanted a bit of afters with William and then, but it's back with Townsend anyway. Referee had a few words with Hogg to make sure that he didn't do anything daft. Ian Richards is shouting Hogg to calm down as ball bounces forward. Zotos looks to get a touch and almost gets onto it. It's then knocked away by Gallimore. Gets it over to Anand, and a Cleethorpes team that has started to grow more into this game as the half goes on. That's a poor touch, and Rawson's got onto it there. And sideways to Turner. First touch, so lets him go off the Owen. It's going to be back with Cleethorpes there. And then Anand goes, Fleck goes down with a bit of a light touch, and it's a free kick. And they look to find Lewis quickly with that free kick, but Lewis was in an offside position, and Stocksbridge will get the ball back. 37 minutes gone in this game, 1-0 to the Steels at the moment. Townsend's going to come out of his box to take this free kick. See if Stockbridge can do anything before the end of the half. Really try and see if we can stump what has been a good performance in this game from the Steels, but Cleethorpes have been going more into it, having more possession, showing a bit more in attack in the last 10. But then he goes to Rainey in the box, but Adelican steps up well and boots that one right out of the pitch and over the fence, where our advertising audience are. So it's back now. We Tinker to take this throw, and the ball eventually returns to him. Tinker throw looking for Rainey. He's found him really well left side. He's got two players around him though, so Rainey will have to do well, and he has done well. Puts the cross in across the 6-yard area. It had gone out of play though before it got in there, so it wouldn't have mattered if Rawson could have peeled off his near post marker to do anything. So goal kick for Cleethorpes here. And long ball forward from McCowan. Turner will look to win it, but it's won by Flair, heads it onto Bateson. He's going to be robbed of the ball by Charlesworth, and then the tackle goes in, and it's out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Goes for Charlesworth to take this throw-in. He's got a decent long throw in him, Charlesworth, I have to say that. Goes on, Rawson tries to head it on, but it's head away more than that, and it's with Flett, who clears it out, but Tinker gets the first touch on. It's a heavy one that does allow Anand to get the ball off, and Tinker's still up pressing the defence of Cleethorpes. He slips as he does so, and Cleethorpes do eventually just boot it away. Oglesby gets the header on, and Beatles for a free kick that's gone in, and then a second header from Oglesby is penalised. I thought there was a foul, more of a foul in the first one than was the second, but that's the way the referees decided it. As it's back with a Delican pass to Cooking, some one-touch passing from Cleethorpes in their own defence. Gallimore's sent it long for Robertson to chase, and then Oglesby is getting a bit ragged around by Robertson, and that'll be the free kick. So back for Stocksbridge to get this ball away from their own box now. So back for Townsend now, who's had one major save to make early on in this game from Brodie Robertson. And Brodie Robertson, actually, as we mentioned, has been given a yellow card, I imagine, for dissent after that foul, which is the daftest way to get yourself in the book. The yellow foul was made. So it's back now for Townsend to take, going forward. Here, looking for Zotos, and comes off his back before Cleethorpes are able to clear it away to Ananu. Allows it to Gallimore, who sends one for Lewis chase, but Tinker will intercept head away, and going to be won by O'Connor here. He's forced backwards here. He's going to have to get it all the way back to Goodwin, who takes the touch, sends it forward to Rawson, who touch it on, looking for Zotos to try and chase onto it, and he's going to just go out to play for a throw, and Zotos not that quick. Goes into midfield for Gallimore. Gallimore will give it back to Cook, who sends one long looking for Lewis. Tinker will beat him in the air, though, and head it away. And it's back for Boyd, though, who gets it back for Cleethorpes. Back over to Cook, who is being pressed, and Stocksbridge pressing high, and it's causing a few problems, but Cleethorpes are able to get it over to Lewis now on the right wing. Tinker not allowing him to turn, and has to get it back to Gallimore. Gallimore went down there under a challenge, and surprised that wasn't a foul, in all honesty, as a Delican has it now and sends it forward. Bateson falls backwards with a heavy first touch. He does keep it, though, and he has to pass it back to Fleck, and Fleck will then give it back to a Delican. So Cleethorpes having the possession, but they're not able to get out their own half of it at the moment. They try to switch play there, but Tinker intercepts, gets it through to Rainey. Falls backwards. He's got the overlap of Tinker as an option. He doesn't take it, and then Rainey will lose the ball. And he's actually laying it down, kept the ball, and then lost the ball again. Cleethorpes clear out to Lewis on that right-hand side here. A Hogg covering Tinker's position. And now it's into the centre here with Bateson, but a great challenge from O'Connor there, and then the short pass to Hogg, and Hogg will send it forward looking for Rainey, but it's not really a good one, and it's back with McCowan. 42 minutes gone in this game, and it's 1-0 to the Steels, thanks to Basil Zotos, all the way in the 4th minute. Feels a long time ago already. Game's not really been that exciting for a while. As Cleethorpes tried to find Lewis again, Tinker heads away, and then it went to O'Connor, but he's lost the ball here in a dangerous position. Been pressed forward here in the box for Cleethorpes at the moment, but then it's Hogg who tackles well. His clearance is blocked by Tinker of all people, but Hogg back on it again and clears it down to Rainey, who heads it on. Headed back by Cook, and it's within the midfielder Cleethorpes again. Going to Fleck. Fleck's given a lot of time here as he gives it over to Gallimore, now over to Lewis on this right-hand side. Going to try and beat the man. Tinker gets the tackle in, but it's going to be, well, a goal kick there. So it's going to be back for Townsend to take the goal kick and get the ball away after some pressure from the Cleethorpes attack. Townsend taking his time with it as well. It's what Cleethorpes did a bit of when they with their play. So Townsend now will send this long towards the right-hand side. It looks a bit sliced, and it is going to bounce, and Rawson will just about keep it in. Volleys it over his head for Rainey to try and chase onto, but Cook will then do his own over-the-head volley to clear it away. Just be bounced out. So Dawson will kick it off Rawson and give the throw-in to the travelling Owls. Dawson with the throw-in. Throws it down towards Bateson, who tries to boot it on. I think the boots it right off Charlesworth's head there, and Charlesworth will need to be checked up on that. Big boot into his head then. The referee, Peter Dingle, stopping play to make sure that he's okay after that one. It was a bit of a tough one to deal with. Will be a bounce ball for now. Charlesworth looks all right, and the game will continue. I think his pride hurt more than anything else, and it's just laid off now for a Delican, who sends it long. Oglesby heads away. Rainey will touch on looking for Rawson, just on the wrong side of the defender for him, though. And a Delican, sliding challenge, gets the ball, but takes on Zotos at the same time. Zotos is remaining down after that. I mean, it wasn't a foul because he got to the ball first, but as a Delican beats a man, and his pass action makes it all the way to Robertson, touch it back to Annan. Annan will spread it over to the wing here, puts the ball in, headed away by Oglesby. Rainey trying to get a touch onto it, but he can't do so. 2 minutes at a time on here as Cleethorpes remain on the ball on the right side, and they just dribbled it themselves out of play. Zotos is back to his feet over the right side. So Delican slid in. It was a fair challenge. He's hit the ball well before he got Zotos, so no claims of a foul at all. It's just obviously it was a good sliding challenge, and if a good sliding challenge connects, it's going to hurt, as it did for Zotos there. So the ball goes to Fleck, who cleared it upfield. Goodwin's battling with pitch to win it. Go back to it. He does. He gets a foot onto it before Hogg can clear it away. Looking for Zotos, but Zotos, his PLA didn't work. It was the battle won by Dawson there, and it's an attack here from Cleethorpes over to Dawson, who finds the overlap of Bateson here, keeps it in, and he knocks it off Turner and earns a corner for the Owls. So it's a late Corner for the Steels to do within this first half. In a local scoreline to tell you about, Sheffield Wednesday are 1 goal ahead through George Byes against Wayne Rooney's Birmingham City. It was a battle of who could be worse in that game, let's be honest. And let's see if Cleethorpes can get a goal. They're going to put it towards the near post. Sliced and by Turner. Went into the 6-yard area. Eventually cleared though by Oglesby. Ball going in again from Cleethorpes. Rawson heads away. Rainey's going to try and collect it, but it's still with Cleethorpes. That should have been easily dealt with, but Turner there did not get a clean touch onto it. And then the pass back to McCowan might be won by Zotos, but McCowan gets to it first. Not a great back pass, and it's back with Cleethorpes here looking for the attack. Bateson here looking for Flett, but cut out by Charlesworth. And Charlesworth will look to get it towards right side. It's been deflected and it's back with Cleethorpes. A poor pass from Charlesworth, some good defensive work from him. Back with Bateson, who's been Cleethorpes' liveliest player. Zotos come back to help in defence. Goes to Dawson and back to Zotos and over to Flett. Flett will switch play here towards Annan over on this right wing here. You've got two others helping on the right wing and a few stock players. He's going to cut in towards goal here, looking for Robertson, but that pass through is going to be covered, and I think one of the Stockbridge players went down as well. Would have been a free kick potentially, but it is going to be a goal kick, and there's actually a bit of afterday between Goodwin and Robertson. That's going to have to be watched because and Townsend's involved as well. Townsend's just pushing Robertson away. Robertson could get himself sent off if he's doing anything that he shouldn't have done. Can you see? Goodwin and Townsend not happy. He's pulled a lot of the players over here. Robertson's actually nothing to do, has gone away from the referee, and there is a Stocksbridge player down at the moment. So just got to see what the referee just does after this. Robertson has walked away because he is 1 yellow card already, Brody, and Brody is just going to get talking to, and it's a bit of a get out of jail free card for him on that occasion, rather than the yellow card he could have got. Would have been a very daft way to get himself sent off. Hebburn have taken lead against 10-man Belper. Amir Pawar scored just before the break over in Derbyshire. Townsend will take his time with this, because I suspect we will hear the half-time whistle when this is taken, as he sends this long, and we do hear the half-time whistle. So it is Stocksbridge Park Steels 1, Cleethorpes Town 0. At the moment, it's that goal coming on the 4th minute from Basil Zotos, who beat a couple of players before finishing at the near post. It's great from him, and he gives the Steels the lead here. It's 1-0 to Stocksbridge. We will see you in the second half. Hello and welcome back here to Brackenmore for this match between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Cleethorpes Town. We're about to start the second half. Actually, a very, very close start. Everyone's already out. It came out very quickly, everyone, in the end. Steels leading 1-0 thanks to a goal from Basil Zotos. So the second half will be brought to you by myself, Adam Allcroft, your commentator, and Jason Rawson, carpet fitter player, our main sponsor. So we are just waiting for the referee to do a few final checks before the second half gets underway. Peter Dingle, our referee. Steels will be looking to get this win confirmed and get through this match. And we are now underway. So Stocksbridge Park Steels in the yellow shirt, blue shorts and blue socks, kicking from right to left, while Cleethorpes are in the red shirt, black shorts and black socks, kicking from left to right. Steels have already got it quite far up. Rainey and Zotos putting some pressure over in that left-hand corner close to the corner flag. Boyd's coming on it right on the corner flag. Look at time wasting. He passes it out to what, but only goes to Rainey. Rainey trying to get towards the byline, puts the cross in. No one's there for it, and McCowan will collect on his near post. So we've got some goals to tell you about that happened just before the half-time break over in the non-Premier League East. Liversidge are ahead against Ashington. Joe Walton has scored, and Dunster are ahead against Winterton. Chris McDonald has scored in that game. So and now we have to see what happens in this one. Ball goes to Lewis on the right side. Touch is heavy. Tinker comes in and boots that one right out of play. Now, Boyd will have this throw in for Cleethorpes. They'll had a decent end to the first half. As again, it's Robertson who tries to touch it to the sideway line, but then stepped in by Hulk, who clears away. Now Zotos going to put some pressure on Dawson. Dawson stumbling a bit as he's forced backwards before he ends up getting back to McCowan. His heart will have been in his mouth for a few seconds there, with Zotos trying to force a mistake out of him, just with a Delican now. So you know the attendance today here at Brackenmore is 221. So thank you very much to everyone who's in attendance today. Rainey looks down the beeline, the ball goes forward to him. Rainey here tries to go forward, but Boyd gets a good tackle in, and it's going to be Stocksbridge's throw-in. A goal to that. Paddy Miller has put Ossett ahead against Bridlington. And in the Premier League, Burnley are leading against West Ham. Jay Rodriguez has scored from the spot. We might have a Happy Harry for once over there somewhere. I don't know, we hadn't had Jay Rodriguez's name for a while, have we? Tinker throws it to Rawson, goes wide, Rawson with it, touch it back to O'Connor, and then some one-touch passing. Can Tinker get to it? He does. Can he keep it in? He can't keep it in, but his cross across the edge of the 6-yard area wasn't touching in the end anyway, so nothing really would have happened with it anyway. But great idea though, it worked really well until it just couldn't get on the end of it before it went out. I like that idea. I feel like that could work at some point. Go back for McCowan to take. Actually, it wasn't time to play. It was actually an offside. Didn't spot that flag up for a second. I was wondering why McCowan was going so wide with it then for a bit. Because McCowan, long ball forward, and O'Connor can only get his knee onto it really. He can't, so he's no control of that. Throwing now for Cleethorpes. Boyd with it. Boyd takes the big throw forward. Robertson can only head it backwards, and Rainey will touch it onto Rawson, who looks to hold it up. Headed away from him though by Cook, and Cleethorpes get it into midfield, and then back to Boyd on the right side. He's forced backwards by Rawson, and then a slice ball by Cook. It's not actually gone out yet. Rawson's got it on the left-hand side. I thought sure that was going out. Rawson then cuts in on the inside, and he's going to look to switch play onto Charles, who's going to try and rush onto this, and he is going to beat it before it goes out. Charles' first-time cross goes away through. O'Connor tries to get on it. Cook with key clearance. Cleethorpes still having the field, but then Zotos has won it. Zotos is going to look to beat his man. He's still it. Zotos takes a shot, saved at the near post by McCowan. Doesn't really get the most concrete touch onto it to get a good powerful shot on it, but did force McCowan into a save. I think it would have dribbled into that bottom corner. Throwing for Cleethorpes over on the left hand side. Now, close to the halfway line. So doorstep times as just here James McCowan's trying to rally the troops and go there. Loose pass from Cleethorpes that allows Hogg to get in. He spins away. He goes down to Turner, who tries to get it to Zotos. It's not a great pass in the end. Dawson doesn't even have to take a touch on it. It just allows it to go out for a throw-in. Shame that was a potentially dangerous attack there. Could have done something. 48 minutes gone in this game, and it is 1-0 to the Steels at the moment. As Cleethorpes have it in their own defence now. They pass it towards the left-hand side and flicked over for Roberts to try and chase, but Ogley steps up and heads it away. O'Connor then heads it back. Tinker has to head it forward. Bit of head tense between the Stocksbridge players here. Look for Rainey, who heads it on. No one gambling on it. Zotos will try and put some pressure on, but he's offside anyway. So Zotos will gambling on it. Was offside in the end, but we do like to see him gambling on things because that's how you can get goals sometimes. Seems. By the way, there's an update on Swallowness's attempt to finally get something on the board. They've lost every single game in the league so far. They were leading 1-0 against Claycross, but Claycross have now equalised. So it's Cleethorpes had cleared it, but they've only just put it out to play. Charles has a throw in over quite deep into the Stocksbridge half. So he throws it looking for Ross, who heads it on, and it's going to go all the way to Rainey here, who's in a central position, but he loses the ball, and Cleethorpes will look to see if they can launch an attack, and they've got through the Tinkers challenge there. Now they get it up to the right-hand side. Good ball to Lewis. Not a great first touch, but he's managed to get it back on the inside to Gallimore, who, again, he doesn't get a good touch on it. And Stockbridge are back in a solid shape now. Over to the left-hand side for Bateson. Bateson is having to who cut in over the outside. He missed his overlap there. Bateson is going to try and get it over to the right side to Lewis. Lewis has been followed by Tinker. Pass across the edge of the area is now cleared by Stocksbridge. And it goes to Rawson, who takes him out wide, and then Adelican gets a foot on it. And then Rawson can only get it back to Lewis here. So Cleethorpes back on the ball now. With Gallimore, who puts it into the centre. Now with Flett. Flett looks to put it forward. Good. Then over to Gallimore, and then back it goes here to Bateson. Bateson is looking to see if he can get some space. He can't. Pass it over to Gallimore. Gallimore get to Dawson over on this left-hand side, and he's looking to see if they can put the cross in. Instead, he has to put the pass back to the edge of the area. Shot goes, and the shot's high and wide. That was a frustrated Cleethorpes that couldn't find their way through a rigid Steel's defence and just decided to have a go. And they have a go. Tested the houses in the back more than it did Townsend. Well, obviously, it was a good attendance today here, 221. There was about 400 plus here in 2020 when Stocksbridge faced Cleethorpes. Obviously, that was the last game Stocksbridge played before the pandemic. It closed down society. I'm only reminded of this because this week I saw a new respiratory virus has been discovered in China, which is, words that send shivers down your spine now. As Cleethorpes' ball forward is cleared and put into row Z by Oglesby. Cleethorpes having a few of their fans shouting for them, trying to drum up some support for the team. We're just waiting for the ball to come back. The ball boys are not being particularly quick today, it seems. 52 minutes here gone. But while we were waiting for the ball, I just want to say there was a Cleethorpes player behind the Cleethorpes goal who has a ball. Bateson puts the ball in after the game has restarted now. It goes cleared. Adelican miscontrolled it, but he gets hold of the second one and gets it over to Flett, who's won the physical battle, lays it off to Gallimore. Gallimore will switch play over to Lewis here. Lewis has controlled it well, and he's going to try and get down to the byline, slows it down, tries to get past the play, does get past the player, takes a shot near post, blocked, and going to go out for a corner kick. Good work from Harry Lewis there, who's been a danger in the second half so far. Cleethorpes have gone 1-0 up on Eastleigh. Will Grigg has scored. Here comes a corner kick in, headed away within the own 6-yard box by Oglesby. Goes all the way out to Rainey here, will hold it. But then it gets touched away from him by Boyd. Rainey does get it back, and Rainey's going to look for Rawson, but intercepts before he can get to him and headed away, but only back into Stockbridge midfield to Hogg. Hogg's looking for the run of O'Connor, who I'm pretty sure is offside, and that's the flag that goes up. The linesman agrees. He was about a yard or two, I'd say. So back for McCowan to take this free kick after the offside. Counter-attack fails on that front. But Long only going to go to O'Connor, who heads it back, and then Cleethorpes will head it right back to Hogg, who's sent one long. Rainey is going to battle for it, bounces a bit wide. Rainey, who controls it, rolls it away from him, can't keep it. Well, actually, I say can't, he didn't keep it in. I was wondering, because I just slipped there, and Rainey just looked a bit hurt there, actually. Griffin slipped into the grass a bit, banging his leg as he goes up. Did a good job there, Rainey. Did have his shirt pulled a bit, but did well despite that. Ball goes long, headed away by Hogg, and a foul given for a push on the back of the Cleethorpes player. They get a free kick on the halfway line here. Stocksbridge do need to improve, I think, because Cleethorpes are, I'm not saying dominant, but they're on top, and they're the ones who look more likely to score the next goal. As Cook sends it long here, headed away by Tinker, then knocked back by Gallimore. Oh, Cleethorpes looking to get in. Robertson breaks into the box and air kicks, and Stocksbridge can clear. It goes to Gallimore on this right wing. Has to touch it back to Boyd. Boyd puts it into the centre for Flett. Flett's forced backwards here. All the way back to Adelican and then over to Cook. Cook right-footed will look to get it in, and Tinker can only head it up into the air. Lewis is going to be able to cause a problem with this, but then Tinker able to get back with a tackle, and Tinker will now Hogg will actually come away with it, and then Hogg earns the foul. 55 minutes gone in this game. Steele still lead 1-0 from that 4th minute effort from Basil Zotos. So, times I'm going over there. Bit of pushing, shoving, seeing some of the Cleethorpes turns and Rainey. Rainey's tried to alert the ref to it, but I think it's just a bit of standard pushing and shoving. But obviously, Stockbridge are trying to keep it on this left-hand side because they pushed Rawson and Rainey over to it. Zotos over on the right free. Ball goes forward. Rawson's moving into the centre to actually get it, but headed away from him. So a free kick for going on the top of Rawson, not given, as Annan has to be forced back for Boyd can clear it away. Lewis tried to get a touch onto it, but he doesn't. Ogilvy will boot that one away. Goes to Adelican, who boots it right back. Robertson can't challenge for it because he's admitted he's in an offside position. Goodwin heads it away only for Charles with now to boot the way. It's out for a throw in here. This game hasn't had much excitement in this second half as of yet. And again, we've only seen one goal in the second half in the entirety of the Northern Premier League East so far, so it seems like a lot of the games are saying like this. Maybe it's the cold that's across the country. Laid out here for Annan, who makes a good touch. He's around one player, but then another tackle goes in, cleared away. He now still back with Cleethorpes. There's a bit of pushing and shoving between some of the players, but Cleethorpes have switched play over to Lewis on this right-hand side. Got an overlap option. Instead, he's going to cut in, left foot goes in. And it's going to be headed away by Stocksbridge, and then Turner heads it out for a corner. Bit of an odd one, but it's going to be out for corner. All that reminds me of is when Boaz Myhill used to kick things out for a corner and facing Rory Delap Stoke City, rather than go out for a throw-in. Might be because I've listened to a podcast. Tony Pulis this week is the reason I'm thinking of that. Corner goes in, look to the far post. Townsend punches it away, and then cleared away by Stocksbridge. Rainey's looking to get onto it, but Flett's the first on it. He heads it back over to Bateson, who looks to turn. Rawson gets beat for pace there, and then the tackle goes in, and it's Stockbridge get the ball back. Rawson will have it. Rawson pushes forward. Rawson's going to look for the pass through to Rainey, and Rainey just gets touched on the back of his foot. That stops the counter-attack, really, but he does spread it out to Zotos on the right. He's got an option on the right as an overlap. He's not going to do it. He's going to go himself. Over on the right wing, Zotos tries to cut back to his left, but then the tackle goes in. Dawson wins that battle, but Zotos has got it back here. Lays it back now for the right wing, and then the tackle goes in and stops him again. But Cleethorpes still in their own half here, and Stockbridge have won it back, and Zotos' ball goes in, gets blocked, and Zotos doesn't seem to be as strong in the second half as he was in the first. Bit of pushing and shoving between Rawson and Cook in the box here. And it's just this game, the tempers seem to be starting to overflow in this one quite a bit, and Rawson and Cook are both going to get talking to the referee. I didn't see personally what happened, what triggered this incident. I can see bookings for both men on this one, unless the referee and the linesman have spotted something worse. Third. So both players are going to get a booking here, I would expect. Both getting talking to from the referee. Can I just say, by the way, the referee Peter Dingle's done a good job pulling everyone away. But then Ross Goodwin's going to go over and have a chat. The captain, he's been told to go away. But say, the referee's done a good job clearing it all while we wait for what the referee decision is. I think the problem is that no one's really seen what's triggered it. Rawson's got a yellow and Jordan Cook has got a yellow here, which seems fair. I haven't seen what triggered it all, so I can't say what happened. But in the end, a booking seems right, unless someone had spotted something worse. Some goals to tell you about. North Ferriby have extended their lead over Sheffield FC. Tom Corner has scored, and Consett have taken lead against Carlton. Scott Fenwick with the goal. And Newcastle are back ahead against Chelsea, with Jamal Lassalle scoring. How is that on a 3 p.m. no TV game? The game hasn't restarted yet, but the referee is now urging it to begin with McCown. McCown now boots it away, and it can be flicked on before Tinker knocks it back, and it's going to be a throw into Cleethorpes. They're going to go a big throw down the field, headed away though by Oglesby, goes to Rain. You can't really control it properly, because Bobby just tries to slam it down the wing. Stocksbridge have got the ball now. Hogg trying to escape a few men, and he does, gives it to O'Connor, cuts in on, it's in, and he's trying to escape it before laying off to Tinker. Tinker can't in the end of it, it's going to be a throw into Cleethorpes. Stocksbridge have not been as good as they were in the first. Now letting Cleethorpes just to get on them a bit too much. Former Steel, Ollie Norman has actually scored. He's made it 2-2 for Tadcaster against Fackley. Boyd here puts it into the middle here for Flett. Flett tries to get to the left-hand side. Charles was looking to press Bateson. Bateson, though, keeps it and gives it back to Dawson. Dawson takes his time. He's moving in centrally, looking for the pass forward, gets the pass, and then Goodwin tackles well and lays off for Zotos. Zotos is going to look to see if he can get up to full speed now, and he's going to move forward with plenty of speed. Zotos continuing forward, slows it down, and he's trying to lay to the right side, and no one really is, and it's really frustrating because Zotos has had this great run, open things up, and then the passers let him down. And he's going to lay it back forward, looking for Robertson. Great sliding challenge there. Here from Tinker, that could have gone out for could have been an own goal just as easy. It is a corner to Cleethorpes, though. I was watching that float for a second, fearing the worst. Newcastle have gone 3-1 up on Chelsea. Joe Linton has scored. So Brighton have gone 3-1 up on Forest and all. Jukera de Jesus penalty. So corner kick for Cleethorpes now. Right-footed. In it goes towards the near post, but cleared away. But only going to go back to Flett, the corner kick taker. Goes down the byline, puts cross in, blocked, appeals for a handball, but only light once. Here comes a shot. Hits the top of the bar! And then cleared away. More appeals for a handball, not given. Look at it. And there's some problems there. Some players have come together. And now I'm not seeing it as it went together, whether it was a Steel player or a Cleveland player that triggered it. I'm not even sure what was going to happen as a decision. Townsend seems to be one who's triggered it. There's no keeper on the bench if Townsend gets a red. So we just got to see what happens here. We've not really seen what's gone on at the moment. A lot of collisions in the box after it hits the bar. And now it waited to see what the decision the referee's going. And again, that way it feels weird because it feels like a quiet game, but tempers keep overflowing. It's a weird one. It's been quite an odd match in that sort of respect. So we wait to see. I think the referee right now is having a talk with his linesman just to see what the linesman saw. Thing is, with some of these incidents, have been happening off the ball. When the ball's gone away, Townsend's going to get a talk to from the referee. Will he be joining our red card club? Or will it be a booking for a Cleethorpes play? So there's talking to the captains, Flett and Goodwin. And it's just a bit of a mad one at the moment. Has he given a penalty? He's given. Yeah, it's given. It is. It's a penalty kick to Cleethorpes. Not sure why a penalty's being given. It's a bit of an. It's. This is so well. I'm not even sure. I'm meant to be the one explaining it to you all, you guys, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And now it's a penalty kick with Cleethorpes with a chance to get back into it. So it's Curtis Bateson, who's had a good game for Cleethorpes so far. Goodwin continuing to protest, but he's going to be sent off, and not sent off, but sent to the edge of the area. So penalty kick. Can Townsend save one at the start of the season against Stockton? Bateson takes it. It's over! Remains 1-0 here. So after all that calamity and chaos, where pushing and shoving from all sorts, Townsend push being the reason the penalty given, Curtis Bateson has ended up just sending it over the bar. Well, absolute madness here at Brackenmore. Ian Richards on the pitch trying to demand people thinking here, and no way for the goal kick. Townsend may have, as he said, something daft, Townsend, in the midst, because the referee's come to have a word with him, but Ian Richards is shouting on him, and that is another huge let off for the Steels here. Curtis Bateson sends his penalty over the bar. Stop it, no, stupid! Well, there is drama at Brackenmore today. Ball going long here. Rawson is shoved down to the ground. Nothing given for that. Oglesby send it long looking for Zotos, who is trying to take the touch and beat a Delican, and Zotos will get the beating of him. He's on to the right-hand side, Zotos. Bit of tricky footwork from him. Puts the cross deflected in towards O'Connor, who tries to get the foot down and doesn't. Sometimes stops it being cleared, and O'Connor gets it back. It's still in the box. Turner trying to find some space. Back to O'Connor. Now back over to the right-hand side to Charlesworth. Charlesworth trying to find a ball into the box. Gives it to Zotos. Zotos to the side, then back it goes to Hogg. Hogg gives it back to Charlesworth and tries to find the overlap of Hogg, but blocked out for a throw-in. 66 minutes gone, but I think there'll be some added time after that penalty madness. And then Cleethorpes give away a daft free kick going through the back of a Steels player over on that right wing. Crystal Palace are ahead in the Premier League. Odsonne Edouard has scored. And plenty of goals to tell about in the Northern Premier League East after this free kick has taken place. Because there's a few important goals to tell you about. Steels have sent a few players forward here. Ball going in. Header's missed. It's saved on the line. 2 to seal. It's Charlie Oglesby who slammed it in from close range after the initial save from James McCowan. And after just minutes after the Steels could have been 1-1. It's 2-0 now. Well, through Charlie Oglesby. 2-0 to the Steels. Charlie Oglesby has finished it from close range. It's 2 goals in 2 for the centre-back after scoring against Dinnington 10 days ago. He's now put the Steels 2-0 up here. Plenty of drama in this one. Well, we'll tell you about some of the other goals as well while we have a bit of a break in play, because I'm going to slow down and wait for Harry Lewis to see if he'll return to the field. So, Consett are one. Well, we told you about Consett. Newton at Aycliffe are 2-0 up on Grantham. Kieran Jackson has scored. Hebburn are 2-0 up on Belper. Robbie Spence has scored. Sheffield have got one back against North Ferriby. Rory Coleman there. Yes, it's 3-2 to North Ferriby and 2-0 to Pontefract through Louis Charlton. The game is still yet to resume, as Ross Goodwin is having a talk with the referee about something. Is it? I'm trying to see, because now referee's now going over to talk to Ben Townsend. There's something seemingly behind the goal, and now the referee is now going to head towards the bench now. So I'm not. So the referee's now going to have a chat with the management team here at Stocksbridge. So the referee's had a talk with our management team. I think we are going to now resume. I'm not sure what things are happening. I think there might be something to do happening behind the goal, behind Ben Townsend's goal. But we haven't clarified it. There's some quite irate Cleethorpes fans here, which you can't blame them considering how the game has gone. And now the game has now eventually resumed. We are going to have quite a bit out of time. But yeah, a lot of strange occurrences in this game, and there's something boiling underneath it. You know, there's something we got a bit of an explosion with that penalty chaos, but it feels, even though this is not had a game with bad temper tackles or anything, there's just something underneath it where people are losing their tempers over very little. Charles will toss it back to Goodwin, and he ends up clearing it off Charles, and it leaves Cleethorpes to get back in here. Cleethorpes with a chance, but they send it well over. It's a goal kick. Bateson again here, who had missed the penalty, sends it well over. So about to be a goal kick here. So it is the 69th minute of the game, and but I would suspect we're going to have quite a bit out of time due to the stoppages, due to penalties and other things. Well, penalties and the chaos leading to the penalty, and also, the free kick and this stoppage here before the game resumed with whatever's been happening behind the goal there. You see, actually, one of our stewards is over there trying to talk. So we've had something happen here, which is a bit of a blight on the game, unfortunately. We're not sure the details, and we aren't going to speculate more on the details unless we actually have them and we can talk on them anymore, because who knows what might happen. So Cleethorpes knock it forward here, but Hogg goes and collects it. He loses actually that battle to Annan, but Annan going it charges into the back plane. Because of this atmosphere now getting a bit sharper due to that penalty, every foul like that's getting jumped on by the fans. So free kick for the Steels here. No substitutes yet in this game, which is a bit of a surprise. We've only got 20 minutes to go now. It's going to be a win for Stockton over at Brighouse. You'd expect Kevin Hayes has scored his second of the game there. Townsend sending the ball along here, looking for Rawson. It comes off his knee as he was dragged down, but Cleethorpes then able to clear it. They do send it long. Ogilvie heads away, but only to Lewis, who chests it and then knocks it over Turner before Tinker gets in and boots it away. Basil will challenge for it, loses that battle, and goes to Gallimore, who gets it forward, and some good midfield play from Cleethorpes as Annan escapes a few challenges. Gives it to Gallimore over on the left-hand side, who will push forward with it. We'll cut in here, and he's looking to get it onto his right foot. He does, puts the ball in. Goodwin will head it away, but only to the edge of the area. Turner gets this net proper header away. Back to Dawson, who touches it. Cutting, trying to cut further inside before trying to pass on the outside, but the pass on the outside is off target and goes out for a throw-in. Barnsley are now ahead against Lincoln City. McAtee has scored there. Crystal Palace, we thought we were ahead against Luton, but obviously that goal must have got decided by VAR. Now Luton are ahead. Mengi has scored. So that's Luton and Burnley winning on the same day. Bad news for Sheffield United. As Hogg here tries to clear it, but it's been blocked, that clearance. Cleethorpes look a bit up for the fight in this last 20 minutes of the game. As then it goes back, and then it is eventually cleared by Charles, out for a play for a throw-in. And it's just here with Cleethorpes over on the left-hand side. Crystal Palace have equalised against Luton already, by the way. So that didn't last long. Ball goes across centre to Annan, looking for some space. He's got a bit of space here. Tries to pass through to Robertson. 1-2 touch passing back to Annan, who's on the outside. Takes a shot. Goes through and across the far post. It's then eventually dribbles out. It's going to be a goal kick. It was dangerous, though. Some good interplay between Annan and Robertson. And Annan, who scored here last time in August, can only send it wide. Looks like Tommy Marshall is going to be heading on for Stocksbridge shortly. So it's for Townsend to take. Townsend goes forward to Rawson, who tries to turn around, but he's down again, and then it's going to be cleared and then booted back away, back with Anand now deep, almost on his own halfway line, and now across into his own half after Alex O'Connor trying to press him. O'Connor and Anand have a good fight, but eventually O'Connor's shirt pulling a bit too much, and there's a bit of after between Alex O'Connor and Anand again, and now there will be a free kick. Cleethorpes are making a triple substitution. So trying to see everyone who's going off. I can see one of them's Alex Flett who's going off.
Is 18 and Walter. And went to the 9, Brody Robson.
So Brooklyn Dennis on for Robertson as well. Not sure of the other one that's come on though. So we'll get check of that third substitute eventually. Triple substitution for Cleethorpes. You don't see them very often down at this level where it is only 3. So Cleethorpes had put a great ball in over to left hand side. We're not penalised, but we were penalised. They took it too quickly. Middleton took that free kick. Middleton will get a second chance to take this free kick now. Ball going forward here. Bounces over everyone and is going to go out for a goal kick. And it will be a Stocksbridge substitution now coming on. Grimsby Borough have got one back against Pontefract. Thomas Hipwell scored. Substitution is Charlie Rainey is coming on. And Tommy Marshall is heading on. As someone shouts, get Ringy on, while Marshall comes on. Ringy not put in the squad today. I think they've got to be excited because of his cameo appearance against Dinnington last Tuesday.
Next round.
Frickley or someone else. Gets decided Tuesday. Ball goes forward from O'Connor, but intercepted by Delican. Good work from him. Cleared away. Going to be a physical battle between Tinker and Lewis. Tinker headed it away and gets it to Hogg. Hogg back to Tinker. Tinker going to take it forward. Zotos on the left on his options. So Zotos on the left wing now. Gets it to Zotos. It's a good pass. Zotos stayed on side as well. He's trying to get the beating on him, but he's got no one really helping him because I don't think he will get the beating on him then. Actually, almost doesn't. Actually, and then the sign time stopped him and the free kick given, and he does get it. Zotos, I thought that was an impossible position for Zotos there, but bit of footwork. He's just about to get past him, and then he's hooked down. A free kick to the Steels in a dangerous position right next to the byline over on the left wing. Tommy Marshall has moved onto the right wing. Zotos on the left now after that substitution. Stocksbridge have a chance now to really try and see if they can seal this game. Oglesby back up again. He'll be looking for his second. So just waiting for an okay from the referee. Rawson trying to stop the keeper from coming off his line as well. Here comes the ball, looking for that far post. Goes over everyone. It's at the far post, and eventually it appeals for a penalty from the Stocksbridge players because Goodwin's been hooked down by a player and got his legs tangled. But the ball just dropped, and Goodwin tried to get onto it. He couldn't, and got his legs tangled there. Nothing given, and then McCowan was able to get it to it. McCowan's getting a telling off from his manager for not catching the ball. So it's actually the Cleethorpes player, Adelican, who looks like he's struggling to his feet now and getting back up. And both players are now okay and going to return to action. 77 minutes gone in this game. 2-0 to the Steels. Goals from Basil Zotos and Charlie Oglesby. Dunstan have extended their lead against Winston. Jack Maskell has scored. So Stocksbridge head that away after the ball goes forward to Rawson, who looks to get it down on the ground. He does. Look to find O'Connor Rushford, who took first touch. Looks at Zotos, but a bit heavy one, and he just goes down play for a throw-in. Throw-in taken quickly. Baz trying to get in, but he can't do so. Back into defence it goes, and then back it goes to McCowan. Gets it forward towards Middleton. Key player who will be looking to turn this game around for the Owls. So midfield, then back it goes to Cook. Carrying it forward, go long forward, trying to look to get see a dangerous ball. It's going to bounce a bit awkwardly. Lewis was trying to get onto it, but in the end it goes out for the goal kick. Nottingham Forest have got one back against Brighton. It's 3-2 to Brighton. Now Morgan Gibbs White scores from the spot there. And a former Steel has scored. Jamie Vardy has scored for Leicester City against Watford. There's our former Steel's watch. It's usually Harrison Biggins who's been scoring more recently, and Jack Muldoon. Ball goes long. Hogan's, I think, playing against Sheffield Wednesday right now. Whereas Cleethorpes has sent one long, but goes along. Townsend hasn't rushed out to get it, and that's put a bit of an awkward position for Goodwin and Charlesworth, who ended up just booting out of it. Actually knocked off a Cleethorpes player and getting a throw in, but that's a bit more awkward than it needed to be. 39 minutes gone in this half, just 11 plus added time, and I do think there'll be plenty of added time. Ball going long, and Zotos trying to hold on. He does. He gets it to O'Connor. Counter beginning. Lays it to Marshall. Marshall goes wider here onto left hand side. Tries to put a cross in, but it's very poor on his left hand side, and it ends up hitting this. I think it just clips off the side netting more than anything. He had a bit more time than he realised. He thought there was a defender right behind him. There wasn't. Hogg just on the ball now, and he's going to try and send one towards the right side, but that one's probably just going to bounce out harmlessly for a throw-in. Concert are 2-0 upon Carlton. Jack Gibbons has scored. Ball go forward. Headed away and then goes back to O'Connor, who sends it to Marshall, who it goes for his legs a bit, but he still causing a bit of problem with it, and in the end has to be booted out for a throw-in. Chesterfield are going to have a nervy end to the game. Quigley scored for Eastleigh. It's 3-2 to Chesterfield. Cleared away, and then Stocksbridge send it right back. Going to be a throw into Cleethorpes right in front of the local stand, and looks like we are going to see another Stocksbridge substitution. Curtis Davis has just been summoned over by Ian Richards. Cleethorpes just have it stuck in their own half at the moment. It looks like Cleethorpes' fight has kind of been punctured by that Charlie Oglesby goal. And they clear it long now, but Hogg intercepts, heads it away. Rawson will touch it back to O'Connor. O'Connor tries to go forward with it, touches it onto Rawson. Rawson has got a few people around him, puts it to the left for Zotos. Zotos looking to cut in towards a central area. He's been forced backwards a bit, gives it too hard. Hogg escapes a man on, and he has to give it back to Oglesby. Oglesby then left-footed will drill it forward, but that's intercepted and cleared out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. So Tinker here with the throwing down, looking for Zotos, but head away before it can get to him. Then clear back away. Turner will head it back, looking for Marshall. Marshall turns. Marshall just gets the ball nicked off him before he can do anything weird, and can be carried away by Dawson over on the left-hand side of the pitch. He puts it forward towards Annan, who's forced back, and then Middleton will send it long, but Tinker will intercept, heads it forward to O'Connor, who will give it back to Oglesby, and Oglesby will clear it forward. Boyd heads it back, though, and it goes back to Hogg, who can only knock it out to play for a throw-in. Sheffield Wednesday, after winning 1-0, are now down 2-1. James has scored for the Blues. And Luton are winning again. Brown has scored against Chris Bass. So here comes the next substitution. Basil Zotos is heading off. Curtis Davis coming on. Zotos opened the scoring after 4 minutes. Sent the Steels on their way in this one. It's amazing how well Stocksbridge can play when they do get a lead in a game. It was what happened last year. Stocksbridge just got leads early on, and they were very tough to get back into games against them. And that they've done what they did this year. They've done this year what they did so much last year, and one reason why Stocksbridge were in the playoffs last year. Cleethorpes just on the attack now. Boyd into the middle for Venny, and he's trying to build a way through here, but then eventually the loose pass gets Davis in it. Side and challenge goes in on him, and it's a bit of a late nasty one from Bateson, and Bateson's probably going to find himself in the book for that one. He's going to talk to you, and he does get the yellow card. I think fair decision. Some goals to tell you about. There might be a late comeback at Brighouse because Myron Gibbons has scored to make it just 3-1 to Stockton. Liam Murray has put Hebburn 3-0 against Belper. Belper have had two big defeats in a row now. And North Ferriby have probably sealed a win against Sheffield. They're 4-2 up. Niall Tilsley has scored. And now, just as we say that, Joel Walton has got his second of the game against Ashington for Liversedge. They're 2-0 up over in the northeast. Townsend will plan to send this one long. He does so. Looking to get it towards Rawson. It came off his back, I think, there, and it will be a go out for a throw in. Newcastle are 4-1 up on Chelsea. Anthony Jordan has scored. Gordon, I mean. Big long throw from Boyd. Tinker will head away to Dowse, who flicks it on. Tommy Marshall try again, but good, brave header from Adelic and got it away. Over on Dawson, where it's opened up a bit for Dawson over on this left wing. As he's going to try and find base, and he does, who cuts in on the inside. He's going to try and win that battle with Charles, but Charles has done really well. Pass it back to Goodwin, who spooks it away. Going to be a throw-in. Burnley aren't going to win it. West Ham have equalised. An O'Shea own goal. Goes through the middle here, and currently with Cleethorpes, who have just got it outside of the area with Boyd trying to put it through the middle currently with Annan, who gets it over to Venny. Venny puts him in another 1-2 with Venny. Almost pays off. Turner there stopping it though. And they cleared it to Rawson, who's the first one forward to Stocksbridge. Stocksbridge go forward. He's got the option of Davis and Marshall ahead of him. Looks for Marshall over on the right wing. Marshall will look to try and get this on his favoured right. And in the end, I think he's going to be forced backwards here. And he's actually lost the ball to Venny. And then Stocksbridge have to get back because he could be opening into a counter attack here. The pass is good, but the pass is good. It's good 1-2s as they burst forward with Venny. But then well done by Davis. The free kick's been given for it. 85 minutes gone in this one. 5 minutes plus what I imagine a decent amount of added time to go. And Stockbridge have a set piece to defend. End. So Stockbridge still have plenty to do in this game if they want all 3 points. Ball goes in, headed away, but only to the edge to where Venny is. Venny will touch it back towards Middleton. Middleton just slow on the ball. Will have to pass it back to Dawson. Furthest man back over than the keeper. Then back to Middleton, goes over on the left-hand side, hugging the touchline. Then back to Dawson, who's more central. Goes the other way this time towards Annan, and Annan's going to carry it forward. Touches inward, sends his man for Charlotte, puts a pass in, blocked. Peels for a handball and not given. Clear away, and Turner will look, see if he can get it. Turner gets a short pass to Marshall with Davis bursting in the middle there, completely free. Marshall holding play up and then beats the man for pace on the right-hand side. Clever play from Marshall. Then he's going to try and put the ball in. It's not a great ball and easily dealt with by Cook, and then Cleethorpes have the ball back. Cleethorpes takes a short pass to Middleton, and not much urgency in Cleethorpes' game to say they're 2-0 behind at the moment. Back for Cook, then across for Boyd. And Boyd, left-footed, will send the ball forward and touch down here by Dennis, but he's been well robbed by Hogg. He's had a great game today. Gets it through to Davis. Davis is forced back, and tackle goes in on him by Lewis. He connects with a foot of Davis, and it will be a free kick. Bridlington have equalised against Ossett. Jack Walter scoring in the 89th minute over in West Yorkshire. Take a free kick. In one of those daft score lines, Bolton are winning 6-0 against Exeter. And but Burnley were winning 1-0 about 3 minutes ago. They're losing 2-1 now. Thomas Susek has scored. Townsend is taking this free kick on the halfway line. He's going to send it into the box. Rawson's going to try and get to it. Bounces over everyone before it's being claimed by McCowan. Townsend needs to rush back really into his box because they've taken it quickly, this kick away, and they go to left side base and don't get control of it. Loses that opportunity really to try and make a fool of Townsend, which I think the Cleethorpes fans would very much enjoy. And then eventually Charles tackles and puts it into row Z. 88 minutes gone. 2-0 to Stocksbridge Park Seals. As Cleethorpes look to probe and see if they can cause a grandstand finish at Brackenmore. They scored in the added time last time here to win the game in the FA Cup. William Annan scoring that free kick, and they'll be looking for some late drama again this time. We haven't seen the out time board go up yet, but we would suspect it would be coming up in the next minute or so. Sammy's going to put it up, and it's going to be 5 minutes of out of time. I would have actually expected a bit more than that, to be honest, but and I think the Cleethorpes fans agree with that. It should have been more. But Cleethorpes on the attack now. Sliding challenge stops him. Corner kick to Cleethorpes. Newton Aycliffe are going 3-0 up. Jack Raper has scored for them. Big 3 points to Newton Aycliffe. So Steels just need to be on top form defending here. Ball going in, headed away, goes to the edge of the box, hit by Venny, but Venny don't catch it cleanly, goes out for a goal kick. So back for Townsend to take the goal kick in for the Steels to try and wind this game down and claim a key 3 points. Would be massive in that what is becoming a battle against relegation. It would actually get the Steels out of that bottom 2, which would be a huge confidence boost. The results really been going for Stocksbridge today. The ball goes long here to Rawson, who can't control it, and he is robbed of the ball. He's appealing for the free kick, Rawson. He's not going to get it. So back with a Delican now. He switches it over to Boyd on the right-hand side. Get it to Venny in the middle. And over to a Delican. Cleethorpes not showing too much urgency to say that it is still possible. We've seen it in plenty of times in non-league. We've just seen West Ham do it. So, but Tinker has just touched that ball away, and Tinker's going to go on a counter attack. Right, lays it long for Rawson, but then it's a bit too ahead of him and he's cleared away. But that winds down the clock a bit more. Get the 23! Tinker throws it down, but no one's really there for it. Headed away and then properly cleared away. Going to go forward here towards Dennis, but knocked away from him. Goodwin will clear it out. And then Middleton gets it. He switches it over to left side, but quite skillfully, really. Over with Bateson now, who missed that penalty for Cleethorpes. How different this game could have been had Bateson put that in when Steels were just 1-0 up. It would have been 1-1 and Stockbridge scored within a few minutes of that penalty. Then he puts it to the side. And then a long-ranged effort is just over the bar. Cleethorpes just trying anything they can at this point. Towards the end, we've had a minute and a half of added time so far. Handsworth have won their game 5-1. There's Townsend, a former Handsworth keeper, sends it forward himself. Look goes forward. Rawson tries to head it down, but it's going to be just a bit of a battle in the midfield at the moment. Sheffield FC are going to have a grandstand finish at North Ferriby. Luke Mangum, her former Steel, has scored. Davis tries to evade a tackle, but he is tackled. Only goes back to O'Connor. Turns well, finds Tinker, who's gone very far forward. Tinker's going in on the inside. Little back heel. Finds O'Connor, then through to Davis, who just can't really turn. Davis goes down, stumbles. No free kick, definitely wasn't one. And he's going to now take a long distance shot, and it's, well, McCowan didn't really have to do much to save that. So McCowan sending it long. Good window, big strong header away. Marshall will look to try and keep this in, but Dawson is marshalling out to play well. And he does, it goes out for a Cleethorpes throw in. Grantham have one back against Newton Aycliffe due to that mysterious player unknown. Just with the defence at Cleethorpes now. Boyd takes the touch. He's going to take it forward into the middle for Middleton, and Middleton will right-footed send it long, and Townsend will just take that down to his feet, and then as he's pressured by Dennis, pick it up. Good work from Townsend there. Crew have won in the last minute against Doncaster Rovers in a local feature. O'Riordan scores in the 9th. And ball goes long, and Rawson gets a foul on him after a push in the back. Bit of sarcastic cheers, because he has been a bit pushed and pulled around for quite a bit of this game. Handsworth now 6-1 up in their match. And Newton Aycliffe are 4-1 up. Liam Adamson has scored a second. So Turner will go look for the left wing, look for Curtis Davis, shuts it down well, cuts in, lays it off for O'Connor, who tried to go down the line. He said he's going to go right foot across, in, header away. Back to Turner. Turner will give it back to O'Connor. They've been pressed very quickly, but the full-time whistle is here, and Stocksbridge Park Steels behind 2-0. It was a weird game at times. I mean, Steels got an early lead to start, as Basil's Batos beat Ickleford before finishing at the near post. Then in the second half, there was some controversy. Not long after Cleethorpes smashed the bar, and off the ball incident involving Ben Townsend gave a penalty to Cleethorpes. Liam Bateson, Curtis Bateson, I'm sorry, stepped up and he sent it over. Minutes after that, Stocksbridge made it 2-0. Charlie Oglesby firing in after an initial effort was saved by McCowan. And after that, it was really always going to be Stocksbridge's day. It's Stocksbridge Park Steels 2, Cleethorpes Town 0. I've been your commentator, Adam Allcroft. I'd like to thank you all for listening today. We are sponsored by Jason Rawson, Carpet Fitter Supplier. We will see you next Saturday for that game. I can't remember what it is now, after how good that all sounded. Good. Let me just get our next fixture up, because I can't actually remember it at the moment. We are home to Consett next Saturday, so it's another home game, and we're taking on Consett side, who's won 4-1 against Grantham. That could be interesting. Sheffield FC have just guys make it 4-4. My God. Right. Now, what a game that is over down in Ronfield. Anyway, we'll see you for that game against Consett. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.